What's going on? Day number 22 on the road to Billions Club, and it's getting a little bit chilly out here. Still, I know it's still summer, but yeah, today just getting a laptop set up so that I can do some work on it. I'm gonna start coding here and vibe coding. I don't know how to code at all, actually no idea how to code, but thank God to for things like Claude.ai and all these other tools that people are doing, and it's pretty crazy. There's gonna be truly like what I don't know if it was Sam Altman or Mark Zuckerberg that said this, that there'll be a one-person billion-dollar company. And one of my friends, he's built an app. It was like software as a service type of app that would take usually a professional coder 3 to 4 months to build. He built it in 1 week. So that's pretty crazy. So it just goes to show, like, there's no excuse with enough focus and effort. You can get things done, and you don't need money. You don't need a lot of capital to do it, and also a lot of time. It's just really your willingness to actually how badly you want the goal that you're trying to achieve. I was just watching an old VH1 kind of documentary, I think after probably back in like 2005 or 2006, about Kanye West, and I heard a lot of stories that I never heard before, but it was crazy, his upbringing and how much of a drive, like whenever he set his mind to something, whether it was winning a talent show, whether it was breaking into the production business. He even had a group of like 4 people called I forgot what the group was called, but they were even trying to promote a track, and they to play it on a local radio station in Chicago, and they did like some guerrilla marketing, like posting picket signs everywhere, and just doing whatever they can to get their track played. And then finally they got it played. So they literally used like brute force to get to get heard on in their local radio station. So and then he thought he was going to be signed at some point, and he flew to New York, and then he got declined. And then when he came back, he worked non-stop. He never went out to parties and all that kind of stuff, and he just really wanted to get signed. And then eventually he went all in, and he went to he moved from Chicago to New York, New Jersey, and he was just working every day, and then eventually got discovered by Rockefeller Records, and like to join their, like, do some producing for them. So it was like, just the intensity that he put, and then coming up to even after he got signed with Rockefeller as an artist, he still wasn't getting noticed, for a while. Like the label didn't even want to give him any attention or anything like that. So he had to like brute force, get his album developed and out there. And he even did like a promo party, like after he actually was gonna release a video he invested his own money into, like $40,000 into, and yeah, because he really wanted to make it as an artist, even if the label wasn't gonna give him the time of day to actually produce it. And he promoted and the crazy part, this was like after he got in an accident. And the crazy thing is, like not too long after the accident, when his mouth was still wired shut, he recorded one of his classic songs through the wire, and he literally was rapping through his mouth wired shut, and you could hear it in the song. And then he produced a video, and then he actually launched the video at a launch party at Jay-Z's 4040 Club. He brought like press there, invited a bunch of people there, celebrities, and and even Damon Dash, the co-founder of Rockefeller, he's like, man, I gotta show up, I guess I gotta be there, kind of thing. And then that's where he really, like, when he premiered that video, everybody knew, like, oh man, okay, we gotta take this guy seriously and start promoting this and getting this out there, because it's crazy. He got signed in 2002, and then they released the College Dropout in 2004. So he really had to like put in the time and effort to do this, to get on the scene. And then when, you know, when it finally dropped, it got released, you know, the rest is history. You know, so he had to really, you know, do whatever it takes to, you know, to actually to get what he wanted, which is to be a successful, recognized artist, and you know, get also what he wanted out there, right? What he had a lot to say, and he wanted to be, you know, he wanted to be you know, a successful rapper, an artist, and producer. So if you want something bad enough, the facts don't count. You know, he knew from the time he was like, you know, in 7th grade, in 3rd grade, he said that he was going to be a rapper, and he did whatever it took to get there, no matter how many times he got rejected. Because when he was promoting himself, his album, like what he was trying to do as an artist, he was playing Jesus Walks, and people didn't want to hear it. You know, they didn't want to hear something so controversial at that time to be played. Nobody took him seriously. So yeah, it was just his sheer knowingness that he was going to do it no matter what, and he worked his ass off, like literally, like day and night, working his ass off. And that's actually what, you know, got him into the accident too, while he was in LA recording. On his way, it was like 2-3 in the morning, and he fell asleep at the wheel, and boom, he like had a head-on collision, you know, with another car. So it was just working so hard that he fell asleep at the wheel, which is crazy, obviously, you know, but that was also a blessing in disguise. He used that, you know, that opportunity to like, you know, create that song out of like frustration and pain. And he's like, he's not gonna let anything stop him, you know, even getting in an accident, and use that as a almost like a blessing. And it was a blessing, because that was like his first video that he made, that he promoted, that got him recognized, and then, you know, really made that push after that. So yeah, so many lessons from that, and just knowing that if you want something bad enough, you know, the facts don't count. Doesn't matter if nobody believes in you, doesn't matter if you know, you don't have the capital, the resources. It's like, you just gotta commit, decide, make a decision. And no matter how long it takes, for him it was since 3rd grade, and finally when College Dropout finally released, he was like 27. So imagine that, you know, that's like 20 years in the making. But all those years were like a build up to like what you know, finally happened when he released that album, and it all, you know, it all made sense. And it's still like, even till today, he's still fighting, you know, to get to that next level of whatever he's trying to accomplish, right? And I think that's the same for like every super successful founder, is that, you know, they constantly are going after something bigger than themselves, and they put all their energy and effort into it. So whatever that is for you guys, that's why they you know, I've heard from Kevin Trudeau, success is a decision away. You just need to decide that it's gonna happen. That's it, period, no matter what. So I'll keep you guys posted on today, on the progress, and I'll touch base with you soon. Talk about nothing's gonna stop you. So I just went to the library, and it's close today. I didn't even check. I thought it was gonna be open today, so I gotta find a different spot to use a public computer, and nothing's gonna stop me, man. All right, so I went to local community place, went to Walmart. I went to a few places already. Went literally business to business in this area, you know, to find a place to actually get this done. Nobody wanted to do it, where I had to basically get somebody to install Windows 10 onto a USB from the internet. But that's probably about 6 or 7 people, or business owners. They either couldn't do it, or they didn't feel comfortable doing it. So I'm gonna figure this out one way or another. So finally solved the issue, solved the problem. And it goes back to that thing where I was talking about earlier, how you gotta do whatever it takes. You know, when you want something bad enough, you gotta do whatever it takes to get it done. So finally getting it done. Gonna get this computer booted, prepared to do work, and start building this thing. So looking forward to keeping you guys posted and updated. And just remember that one thing I learned from my friend, not learned, but we had a discussion, and he pointed something out to me because I was thinking about all the different ways to make money and stuff like that. But when I explained to him that I pretty much had my main expenses covered, like, it's like, look, you got to go. He said, you got to be obsessed about this. You can't convince yourself that you're obsessed. You got to, and how you become obsessed is you make a decision, and you have to know that what you're building is going to work out for sure, 100%. So the fact that I was trying to think like, oh man, what are different ways to make money or whatever, just to have some extra cash flow coming in, it's like, it doesn't show me that if he was an investor, my friend said, it doesn't show that you're absolutely sold out on your idea. It's like you have to go all in, right? No fallback plan, no other options. As long as you have your basic needs met, for your family, then everything else, you gotta go all in, knowing that the thing that you're building is gonna absolutely provide for everything that you want and need. So and more to provide for everyone that's surrounded, that you want to give to. So yeah, just like I talked about Kanye West earlier, same thing. He was obsessed, and he just didn't focus on anything except for music from the time he was, like, I think 15. I think at that time he just went all in, right? So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on the journey. And if you do want to contribute tomorrow, I'm actually going to a conference. I'm going to be performing speaking, so I'll document that there. But yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll put my information below, my contact info below. If you want to contribute to this, or if you want to become part of as one of the collaborators for building out the documentary series. If you're a podcaster, business influencer out there, and you want to help with building this, or you're an investor, or you want to be part of the team of developing this platform, reach out to me, and I look forward to impacting potentially billions of lives together.